And here at Oak Road, Matcham, and we had an acreage property going to auction on Saturday, but the great news for our vendors, Rod, is you've sold it prior to auction.
Now, Sean, we don't normally sell prior to auction, do we? Because we know the statistics are that by going to auction, we can generally get the better price. But sometimes the unusual happens when you find a buyer that just has to buy the property, whose expectations are so much higher than the rest of the market. It was a very difficult decision for our vendors not to say yes to an offer that came forward just prior to auction.
And the buyers weren't from Sydney, interestingly enough. They're not even on the coast or in Australia. They're actually expats overseas.
Now, it's nerve-wracking enough buying property as it is, but what gave this one away, Sean, the very first open home, we had about 16 people that turned up that all seemed to know each other one way or the other. It turned out the extended family of the wife.
Okay.
We had people that have been involved in the building industry and things like that. So we literally had 16 different people crawling all over every single square centimetre of the property. The beauty of it was we'd also had the pest and building done previously. And what a difference that makes to just the dynamics of marketing a property.
Well, it gives all the buyers equal opportunity to get in and investigate all the information, know what they're buying and make the right decision.
That's it.
The other point too was we ran our Ray White social media campaign. Fantastic results. I can't believe it. We had over 170,000 impressions and views of the property during the 4-week campaign.
Now, look, that was one thing that really struck home with the vendors. They had it on the market previously 3 years ago, paid a small fortune for social media, and virtually no hits, no live, no real response from it whatsoever. And yet this time around, their children, their grandchildren were getting it on Instagram and Facebook and Google. And I think the important thing is we use a dedicated company that specialises in it. Now, what happens with the social media that we create, having that radius, it's a 10-kilometre radius, but the benefit is anybody driving down to Sydney, Googling acreage or putting an address, starts to get the response coming back through. And there was, as you say, over 170 individual instances where people receive some kind of feedback or posting about this, and it's no doubt it drives it. And the thing that goes unknown, Sean, is how many members of families refer it back to somebody else. When you get multiple members of families that are looking at
Word of mouth.
That's it indeed. And it's really just creating that ground surge of marketing. Not to say the realestate.com and the Ray Whites and the Main's not as important, they certainly are. But this is an additional one which for a small expense really does lift it 2-3 levels above what you'd normally expect with a marketing campaign.
So don't worry, folks, the newspaper has gone, but digital and social media is doing incredible things for our vendors and helping us sell properties for great results. So take care. We'll give you another update shortly.